Well, hello there. This is the Shawn 13 podcast show on whatever platform you may be listening to, anywhere and everywhere in the world. Thank you for listening to this episode. Yeah, I mean, it's over probably 220 at this point. But, if you love this content, please hit 5-star rating and share this podcast. And it's also going to be shared on X and the Sean 1113 network on YouTube. So check that out as well. But thank you again for listening to this podcast. Got a lot to go to as usual. I'm going to first start with baseball. LCS picks are ongoing right now as of this recording. I am predicting the ALCS, Toronto and Seattle. Seattle's already up to nothing, 2 games to none at this point. Um, I I did make a video, YouTube video, pretty recently about that. I'm picking Seattle to win the ALCS, to win, to go to the first World Series, and then I go the ALCS. I'm Dodgers and Milwaukee. I'm picking my Dodgers all the way. So regardless of that, so unless Milwaukee finds a way to win the series and then Seattle comes in, goes the ALCS. Um, then I'll pick Seattle then. But the Seattle does deserve to go in the World Series because they're the only team that ever never been in the World Series. So there's a big storyline there. So in my opinion, of course, now also English Premier League, World Football coming up. Coming, they had a break, so they're coming this week. Is Arsenal finally going to make it through? With Liverpool losing to Crystal Palace pretty recently, I don't know. We'll see though. I know my Man City's in fifth. Coming on up. So we'll see what happens. Bournemouth is doing pretty well, so we'll see what happens there. Um, a lot of things coming up. Of course, NHL season just underway. NBA season pretty much coming up in a week or so, and on October 21st. So be on the lookout for that. But a lot of the NFL and college football is coming your way right now since James Franklin being fired as Penn State coach. Um, to me, this was going to be necessary, even if it was the end of the season. The ceiling was, as far as they go with James Franklin, as good as a recruiter as he is, and he'll land on his feet. I'm not worried about James Franklin, but I think that ceiling was reached already with Penn State, and it shows with the last 3 weeks of their games. I mean, they've never been the same since that Port Oregon loss at home. So, and then they just took that nose up. But I think the James Franklin firing at Penn State was coming one way or the other because the ceiling was high. I think that's as far as they go. So, but it also goes to show you actually that college football with the NIL and the transfer portal these days, it's pretty much have now become, in my opinion, and with the firings coming earlier and earlier, just like if you remember NHL hockey, when they'll fire you at a drop of a hat. You're seeing the same thing with college football now, and this is now semi-pro football. I mean, let's be honest. This is pretty much semi-pro football, like, but it is. That's what it's been. That's what it's been for a little while since NIL and transfer portal have been established. So, in my opinion, this is coming. This is basically semi-pro football at this point. Let's face it. Let's face it. So that's what I think about that. Let me get to the picks for the pick six shot steals. College football picks week 8. I think week 8. I'm not so sure. Here's the game: Louisville and Miami, Florida, number 2. Kind of a trap game, just like the Georgia Tech game last year. But I'm picking Miami over Louisville. LSU and Vanderbilt, picking LSU. Ole Miss and Georgia, picking Ole Miss. Utah and BYU, picking BYU. Tennessee and Alabama, I think Alabama wins. USC and Notre Dame, I'm gonna pick Notre Dame in that one, in a close one. But in my opinion, should be very interesting. Week 8, let's go. NFL top 10. I'm gonna go a little bit further than the top 10. Buccaneers number 1 with all the losses by the Lions, Eagles, and Lions, Eagles. Yeah, well, and Bills this week. It makes them Tampa Bay number 1, and they do deserve it. LA Rams second, Detroit third. I don't think I think they have the talent, but going to third is not bad. Not a bad, exactly a bad thing. Colts in fourth. Yeah, Bills with the 2 losses in fifth. Steelers in sixth. They've been very, very steady. When ugly, Aaron Rodgers has not messed up yet because he's managing the game and not to lose. Eagles, there's something wrong with the Eagles. I don't know what it is. Seattle's been steady. Bring the break out the Patriots. You gotta give credit to New England. They got they got the wins in front of them and beat them. Is the Kansas City Chiefs really back? I don't know. We're gonna find out. We're definitely not gonna find out against Las Vegas, but the Chiefs are there. We see Rice is about to come back, so we'll see what happens there. Honorable mentions are Washington, Green Bay, San Francisco, Denver, and see a game. Probably Carolina with their wins recently, and the LA Chargers. That's my album. With that, and here's my Shawn Steele's NFL predictions, Week 7. Here we go. Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, picking Pittsburgh. LA Rams and Jacksonville and London, picking Jacksonville with their history. New Orleans and Chicago, picking Chicago. Congratulations to them finally winning some games under Van Johnson for change. And beating Washington on the last minute field goal. Miami and Cleveland, dog game of the week. But I'm picking Miami. Very reluctant. I'm very reluctant about Miami right now. It's just no defense and just very dysfunctional. I think the 2007 Miami Dolphins, who were 1-15, had more of a culture than this bunch. Mm. And I hate to say that as a Miami football fan, but I got to be realistic about that. Speaking of Kansas City, Las Vegas and Kansas City, picking Kansas City. Philadelphia, Minnesota. This one can go either way. I'm going to pick Philadelphia. Carolina and the New York Jets, picking Carolina. New England, Tennessee, picking New England. Who, by the way, Tennessee firing their head coach is about time. Probably Barrington is probably a good assistant, but and not meant to be a good head coach. But I'm picking New England over Tennessee. New York Giants and Denver. Picking Denver. Indianapolis and Los Angeles Chargers, picking the Chargers. Green Bay and Arizona, picking Green Bay. Washington and Dallas, picking Washington. Atlanta and San Francisco, just my upset bit of the week. I'm picking Atlanta. They are legit over, according to Michael Penix Jr. Let's see how good they are. They might do it. Atlanta over San Francisco in the upset bid there. Tampa Bay and Detroit, picking Detroit. And Houston, Seattle. I'm picking Seattle. 2 pretty good Monday night games with all the doubleheaders that's happened. But that's my opinion about that. That is my Shawn 1113 podcast show for October 14th, 2025. Like I said, if you love this content, please hit a 5-star rating. Share this video and comment as well on any platform, wherever you're listening to, anywhere in the world. And with that, thank you for listening to Shawn 1113 podcast show. Please stay encouraged no matter